click record, just so we can show it to our families who weren't able to join us. Thank you for being flexible as we do kindergarten roundup a little bit differently this year via Zoom. It's definitely a different year. We'd much rather see your smiling faces here, but this is the world we live in at the moment, and we'll hoping that it all changes later. It's even kind of weird to see my staff without their masks on. I'm used to seeing this much of their face. I'm not used to seeing their whole face. So, but thank you for being flexible and joining us on our first ever virtual kindergarten roundup. So I'm gonna start by sharing a PowerPoint that we have with you. So let's make sure that we can get it going. Share. Teachers, can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see that, or my staff members, or anybody actually? Okay. So this is our kindergarten roundup slideshow, and let me start it. Nope. Well, I do that. Are you guys able to see just the regular slideshow?
It's on the tab. It says slideshow on the tab.
Stewart, go up to slideshow up at the top. And then you should be able to preview it from beginning all the way at the end with the green arrow. Yep.
My problem is it's putting it on my other screen, and I'm sharing this screen. So I am going to just do it a little bit of a different way. But you guys can still see at the top, you can still see those slides, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do it this way. Not a big deal. Okay, so introductions. First, again, I am Celeste Stewart. I am the principal here. I have my trusty assistant principal. He is on here as well. Mr. Gamon, if you'll give a quick shout out and hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Gamont. I'm your child's assistant principal, your assistant principal, and I'm also a kindergarten parent like you this year.
Playing all kinds of roles around here these days. So I also have on here, you'll see some other names. These next three names are the ladies that you will encounter most frequently if you come into the office. We have three secretaries up there. My principal secretary is Danielle Prudhomme. She is in an office kind of off to the side, so you may not see, she's always running around out there helping us out. The person you will become BFFs with very quickly, and if you've followed our Facebook page, she's been TikToking away, getting everyone excited about it, and that is Miss Alejandra Reyes. We call her Miss Allie. Miss Allie, she is on here. Would you please wave and say a quick hello?
Hi, everyone. So excited to see you tonight.
She is the friendliest face in probably the entire school. She's always happy, always smiling. We love Miss Allie. And you'll also see Miss Christie. So she is one of the first people you'll see when you walk in the office. So those names, Miss Christie, Miss Danielle, and Miss Allie are three important people to know. Also in our office is Janelle Lane. She is our dean. And I forgot to add on here, Nurse Emily. Those are people that you will want to know. If your child needs to take medication during the day, or if your child gets sick, that's the person you'll be calling, or has any sort of accidents, she'll be calling you. Then the rest of my team that is here with me today is our kindergarten teacher team. And we have teachers, if you will, just say a quick hi, because if you just wave, it doesn't necessarily pop up to see everyone. So just say a quick hi. We have Miss Linda Perez.
Hi.
Miss Sarah Weedle. There you are. And she's our trusty online teacher right now, so she's very used to Zoom. She's probably better at this than any of us. Then we have Bernice Melendez.
Hey, everyone.
Angel Holbrook.
Hello.
Amanda Santiago.
Hello.
And Brittany Fabio.
Hi, everyone.
All right. We just had someone else join us. Good afternoon, evening. 5 o'clock's that weird time. Don't quite know what to say. Thank you for joining us. I just wanted to give you a heads up. We are recording this, so if you don't want your face to be recorded, please just keep your camera off. But if you're okay with it, like we are, go ahead and keep your camera on for us. Okay, so those are your introductions and good people that you need to know. Then I'm going to talk about a couple of things that are important. Then I'm going to turn it over to the teachers to talk about a few things. First thing, the most asked question is, what can they wear to school? Okay, so your child can wear, oh, I forgot an introduction. I have to go back. See this little guy right here? He's super, super, super important. It's our mascot. His name is Avy. He's Miss Alejandra's favorite person, Miss Allie's favorite person on campus.
The cutest.
So Avy is our mascot. So if you ever hear us talking about Avy, that's who. All right, so Avy is very important with our dress code because you have a couple of options. Our official colors are white, navy blue, teal, and gray. And you see the color teal on here. For uniforms, you may use, that teal is just an accent color that's used in the mascot coloring, and we use it on lettering. So the color shirts your child may wear are white, navy, or gray only. If you've been a student at Alta Vista before, you know we just made this switch this year to the new colors, so green shirts will not be allowed this year. Green shirts will not be allowed. And Mr. Gaymont, do we have any families that need Spanish only that are here today? Okay. If you do, you can just send me a private chat, and I will make sure that Mr. Gaymont can help us out with that. So white, gray, navy blue. You can wear just plain collared shirts that you buy at Walmart, Target, Old Navy, wherever you can find them. You can find those shirts, or we have the cutest t-shirts that you can purchase from our school shirt company. If you come up to the office, Miss Alejandra or anybody in the office will give you the information. You order those directly from the company, and they get shipped directly to your home. Super convenient.
Or if you've already picked up your kindergarten packet, it's in there in the page, in one of the pages.
That is correct. So it's very convenient. The shirts are super cute. The kids absolutely love them, and they come in the correct colors. As for pants, you can wear, they can wear jeans, but they need to be free of rips, holes, and tears. I know I like my ripped jeans. I wear them all weekend long because they're just more comfortable, and I pay more for them for some reason. But I love my ripped jeans, but they're not for school. And no designs or anything like that on the jeans. So regular jeans are fine. We've got more people coming in. Woohoo! Regular jeans are fine. They can also wear navy blue pants, black pants, or khaki pants. The thing that we ask is that they're in twill material. They should not be wearing leggings of any sort or like basketball shorts things of that nature. They need to be regular black, navy, denim, khaki pants, okay, or shorts or skirts. Their shirts must be tucked in at all times. That is a school rule. That's not just a school rule. That's actually a district-wide rule. And if they have belt loops on their pants, they must have a belt on. That can get very tricky with kindergartners and going to the bathroom. So I encourage you, especially at the beginning, to try to find pants that are elastic waist that don't necessarily have the belt loops. Because if they have belt loops, they have to have a belt on. And it makes it a whole lot easier with trying to mess with the buttons to even get their pants up and down when they're trying to go to the restroom. It can be very tricky at the beginning. And if they are going to wear the button pants, make sure that you work with them over the course of the summer to get them used to doing that themselves, because that is definitely an issue at the beginning. And I said the pants can't have any designs or holes. And as for shoes, they're going to be going to PE, so they need to have closed-toed shoes that has a closed toe and a closed. I do get the question, can they wear Crocs? I would really prefer for it not to. It's really not the safest thing, but it is closed toe and closed back, so it does fit in with within the guidelines of what we've set forth. However, tennis shoes are the best thing, and Velcro and like slide-on tennis shoes are your friend when you have a kindergartner. Slide-on Velcro. They make all kinds of slide-on shoes now. They don't have laces that have to be tied, because it just causes it's just very difficult for them until they learn to tie their shoes. Not to say that we're not going to help them, but it does help with the teachers throughout the day. Any questions very quickly about uniform codes, dress codes, expectations?
Oh, I'm muted. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I had it muted. No, not yet. I got the close down pad. Just got questions later.
All right, we'll get to those at the end if you think and well, I'll try to ask at the end of each one. Okay, next one is transportation, extremely important. How is your child getting to school and how are they getting home? So there's 4 ways. There's maybe 3, not 4 ways. There's 3 ways. Well, actually, there are 4 ways that your child can get home. One is they can walk. If they walk, if you're within 2 miles of the school, transportation is not provided. So you will have to have either your child walk or you will have to have a car. You will have to go through the car rider line to pick them up. So most of our walkers, what they do is they meet out front. Like the parent or somebody will meet the student out front of our school and then walk with them home. I especially encourage that for our kindergartners because it's very scary. We are on a very, very busy highway. And it scares me for kids walking by themselves, especially the first part of the year. Car riders, if you are a car rider, the way we work kindergarten is all of our kindergartners go to one area at the end of the day. They go to the cafeteria. Then the kids are released by car rider from the cafeteria. So you will go to that area. You will be issued a number that's 0 to 100, I think is how we have kindergarten. You'll be a lower number because we don't want to give a kindergartner the number 356 when they barely know what the numbers 3, 5, and 6 are, much less 356. So we try to keep them all in one area. So that's how car riders work. You will have a tag that goes in your car. Miss Alejandra, can you grab one of those and show them very quickly? I'm sure you have one hanging around there. Just
It's not working with my back. Oh, there it goes. Ah.
Are you able to see that? Oh, no, it's not showing the background. That's the problem with backgrounds. But it's just a little tag and it puts it in there. Your child will be assigned that number and it has the number on there. And let me tell you, I will not allow a student to get in a car with somebody that does not have that number. If you do not have somebody, you forget your car rider number, we're probably going to say, unless somebody there is absolutely familiar that you are mom, if a teacher's there and can say, yes, that's mom, then they'll let them go. But if you're not if someone doesn't know you, they're going to say, go to the office and have to check out the student. That's just for this child's safety. And the other option is a bus if you live within 2 miles. If you live outside that 2 mile radius, then you will be able to catch your child will be able to come to school and go home from school via a bus. And that will not be assigned to you though until like the day you come for orientation. When you come for orientation, we will tell you we do everything by colors. So we have a blue bus, we have a red bus, we have an orange bus, we have a yellow bus. So we'll tell you what color bus your child goes on. They will have a tag that goes on their backpack that every child has a tag. If they're a car rider, if they're a bus rider, if they're a van rider, if they're a walker. So I can pick a child's backpack up and I can see the child. I can pick it up and I can go, oh, your car rider, blah, blah, blah. It has your car rider number 55. Your name is Johnny Jones. And your teacher is Miss Perez. So it helps us make sure that we know how the kids are getting home. That's extremely important to us. So that will all be taken care of during orientation. I'm going to say something that's really hard for kindergarten parents to hear, but I've had a couple of people that understood it before, but it's really hard. Okay, and it's this: the first week of school. The best thing you can do is send your child to school. The first day of school, I understand you're going to want to bring them to school. But that afternoon, if at all possible, let them go home the way they're normally going to go home. I know that's hard. Everybody wants to see their baby at the end of the first day, and it's just, they're so cute, and you've missed them all day long. However, if they go on a car rider for the first 2 days, and then we have to transition, and they need to go to a bus rider, they get very confused. So it's easier for them if you allow them to go home on the first day the way they're going to go home every day. It makes it a lot easier. I have car riders that they use the car rider tag for the first 3 days and then they're never a car rider again. So that's just my request to you. Make it easier on your student so they can get into the habit and let them go home their normal way on the first day if possible, but especially within that first week. Okay, any questions about transportation? I'm trying to kind of go through and keep
I have a question for you.
Okay.
I live across the street from you guys, so my two daughters is going to the same school right there. So I can walk across the street, so I don't have to go do a car ride, right?
You can walk across the street. Yeah, she can be a walker. She can walk with your other two daughters, or you can come across and meet them.
Okay, because I know that street is really busy. I just moved in this area, so I gotta try to do my best on that.
Yes, it is very busy, but if you're just across the street, there is a crossing guard there, and he's always there right during the beginning of the day and dismissal. He's always there.
So can I try for the first or second day for the week to do car riding? How long? Because I'm working 2 in the morning, so I want to try how they go in car riding. Which one is best for me, car riding or walk? Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that. I will tell you, I'm going to give you a warning. The first week of car riders, you're going to think you're never going to get through that line. We try to move it very quickly. I start early. We start earlier than we usually do. However, it does move very slowly because kids are just learning their numbers. It's a process to get them to learn. So don't give us by the third or fourth day, we've usually got it moving along. But the best thing is if you will come at like 3:10. You'll come at 3:10 every day. You won't have to wait through a long line.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But the first couple of days are tricky.
Yeah, thank you.
Got a question?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mine will be in one kindergarten and one's going to be in third grade. I
Okay.
usually drop my third grader off, not in front of the lunchroom, but in front of the other area. Would I
Yes, so
drop
you
them
do
both?
citizenship circle. Mhm.
What now?
Yeah, you do the
Yeah.
other side.
The one where my son goes to the disability class, right?
Yes, sir. I know you're.
Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Yeah,
Yes.
how can you not forget? Okay, so it's the same area I drop them off and the same times, correct?
Yes, and we will combine yours. So your kindergartner will go over and sit with Kenneth.
Okay, that'd be perfect.
You won't have to go through both. We will synchronize that for you.
So I would go to the Cairns one. I wouldn't go early, right?
That's
Because
right.
one opens at 2:50 and one opens at 3:00 no, 2:30 and the other one opens at 2:50.
That's pre-K. But yes, you will go through the one where Kenneth is.
So the 10 till 3,
Yes,
it starts. Okay,
that's correct.
all
okay.
right, thank you.
You'll be the one exception to the rule here. Any other questions about transportation I can answer for you? Okay, I'm going to turn this over to Miss Fabio, who is going to talk to you very quickly about supplies.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy for everyone who has joined. I'm going to briefly talk about the school supplies that us kindergarten teachers would like to have for your student when you come in. Mr., do you mind switching the slide for me?
I guess it would help you if I did that.
No problem. All right. So the one big thing that us kindergarten teachers ask for is that all of the supplies listed here are in plastic bags, and the student's name is on the plastic bag. Please do not write your student's name on individual items. These items we use as a class. Each student will get each supply to use throughout the year, but we ask that you do not write their names on the individual items. So I'm not going to say everything on the list. You're more than welcome to take a screenshot of this. It's said that we are recording this, so you can go back, check and look at it. I will highlight some things. One big thing is is crayons. I know this year for my students, my kids are going through crayons like crazy. So we ask if we can bring 2 boxes of crayons, just in case. Another big thing
I
is
need your phone. Sorry.
no, it's okay. A 1-inch binder. We use that purposely to put the school's agenda in there. Each student will get an agenda for the teachers to communicate with you back and forth how the child did that day. Ms. Melendez will be talking about the behavior chart later on. But we ask if you can send in a 1-inch binder so we can put the agenda in there, and maybe 1 or 2 of the pocket folders that we ask for, just for paper sent home or returning any papers or whatnot. Let's see. Glue sticks is another big one this year. I know with COVID and there's only so much, my class specifically, we've done a lot of worksheets that need cutting and gluing. So we're using a lot of glue. So this year we're asking for the fat ones. So hopefully we won't run out as quick. Just your normal Kleenex, package of baby wipes, disinfectant wipes, quart size and gallon size Ziploc bags, hand soap. Another big thing is copy paper, kind of like printer paper. I know 2 reams of printer paper. We've been using a lot of paper this year. Just have the kids drawing or writing their sight words or whatever on there. Also Play-Doh. We, especially at the beginning of the year, in the first couple weeks of school, we use a lot of working with Play-Doh and doing the fine motor skills. So we ask if you can, the Play-Doh brand Play-Doh works best for us. So if we can have a container of Play-Doh, and then just the appreciated list, extra black Expo markers. I know with markers, they run out quickly, and extra Play-Doh just in case. But if there's any questions, please raise your hand and I'll be happy to answer them.
All right, thank you, Miss Fabio. I am going to now turn it over to Miss, another thing, I don't think it's on there, but one thing that we do also, I'm gonna ask everybody in the school to bring next year is a set of earbuds. Is it on there? Did I just look past it?
It looks like it's not on there.
I'm so sorry, Miss Stewart. I forgot to add that.
That's okay. It's not your fault. It is something that I'm going to add school wide. I'm going to advocate for a lot. We use iPads a lot, and we have these headphones that are like bigger than the kindergartners' heads. And I just would really prefer if everybody had their own earbuds, but we can't. Earbuds are something that we can't share. Kids are used to that, or a set of headphones that are not so large and bulky. Kids understand earbuds. They like them. So if you could please provide a pair of those so that the teachers can put them in a little baggie and keep them at school, just so each child has their own. I would appreciate that very much. It's going to be a push next year that I have school-wide. Okay, next up is Miss Melendez, who is going to speak about behavior. You there, Miss Melendez?
Okay, I'm right here.
Okay.
Okay, so hello, everybody. We're going to talk about behavior, very important in kindergarten. So how we manage behavior in kindergarten is very simple, very easy to understand for the kids because we're using a behavior chart. And this chart has colors. So the student has the chance to move their clip up or down throughout the day, depending upon the choices that they make. If the clip gets moved down, it could be moved back up if the behavior improves, and vice versa. So your child's teacher will indicate the color your child and the day on each day and the agenda. So it's very important for you to look in the agenda and make sure you can talk to your child about the color they got. If they got a good color, you should celebrate and talk about ways to improve the not so good colors. There's a slide, if you can show it, Miss Stewart, that gives you an idea of how it looks. So that's how the clip chart looks, and your child's name moves up or down depending on their behavior throughout the day. Any questions?
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So the purple one is the best?
Yes, purple one, that's what we all want them to go home with, a purple.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Hi.
Hi. See, that's the part we're missing right now. We're used to seeing our new little faces today.
Hi.
Hi. Are you ready for kindergarten? Yeah, we're ready for you.
I have a boo-boo in right here.
Huh?
I got a boo-boo in that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it feels better.
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, you asked a great question. Purple is the best. Green is where they start, but green, blue, and purple are okay. But blue and purple are really what they're shooting for every day. I've seen kids thinking that, purple may not be every day, and that's okay. But that's what they're striving for every day. All right, next up is going to be Miss Perez and Miss Holbrook. They're going to talk about kindergarten expectations and things that you can do now to help your students prepare at home, and also what they're going to be learning next year. You'll be surprised, I think, if you've not had a kindergartner in a while. Miss Perez, Miss Holbrook?
Yes, if you could click that, there we go. Thank you, Ms. Stewart. First of all, some independent functioning skills that if you could practice at home with your child, like tying their shoes if they're going to wear laces, using a belt if they're going to wear a belt, buttoning, unbuttoning their pants, and zipping up a jacket. Those are all things that if you could practice at home over the summer, that would be greatly appreciated. Some reading expectations. By the end of the year, your child should know all their letter names and letter sounds, that's upper and lowercase. They should know the sounds of the letter combinations like CH, SH, TH, and WH. Recognize and produce rhymes. Know the beginning, middle, and ending sounds of words. Read 126 kindergarten high frequency words by April. Answer questions about a book with about 85% accuracy. Be able to blend sounds, read CVC words, identify the main idea, character, setting, and key details in a story. Work on word families and vowels, short and long sounds. Kindergarten has a very special PAW Club. What we do is we encourage the students to learn several different kindergarten high frequency words, and that helps them become readers. So you'll be getting a list of the words, and we encourage them and motivate them to learn the words on the list. So if you can practice that at home with your child, when you get the list, and then we'll quiz them in class, and then they'll move on to the next color. There's 8 PAW words, PAW clubs, excuse me. There's 8 PAW club word charts total. So we have yellow, pink, green, purple, red, blue, orange, and then there's the multicolor, which we call rainbow PAW.
And I will tell you, parents, this is a big deal in kindergarten. It's a big deal at Alta Vista. They have their they get a little bracelet, and they get an actual paw to put on the bracelet when they get those. And they will track me. They'll hunt me down and say, "Look, I got my green one. I got my orange one. I got my rainbow one." They're very excited with rainbow. So it's a big deal. So you want to encourage that, and that's one way you can easily work with them at home. Make flashcards, help them learn those words. It's extremely important. It's a big deal here. All right, up next, math expectations.
Right here.
Better?
Hi, I'm here. Hi. So I'm going to talk about the math expectation that we have in kindergarten. So we expect that they count to 100 by ones and by tens, name numbers to 100, write the numbers 1 to 20 or beyond that, make sets of number to 20, match number, set, and word to 20, add and subtract single-digit numbers, create and extend simple patterns. So that is a skill that you can work at home, like by color, by size. Use position words like under, over, above, between, beyond, behind. Recognize 2D shapes. The basic one is 2-dimensional shapes and 3D shapes. Can you pass it?
Sorry. There you
The
are.
next one.
I apologize.
So right here we have a sample that all the shapes that we work on during the year, and when they finish kindergarten, we expect that they know the 2D shape that you see on the bottom and the 3D shape that you see on above, and the ones that you see on the bottom. There are the 3D shapes.
Best thing in the entire world is hearing kindergartners say rectangular prism. Pretty awesome. All right, and next up, writing.
Okay, so our writing expectation, first of all, they can write in our first semester, we practice a lot writing their first name. And then in the second semester, we introduce the last name. So at the end of the year, they can write their first and last name. Our expectation when they go to first grade is they can write 3 to 5 sentences to a writing prompt that They have to be on topic with the correct punctuation, correct capitalization, that they know the sentence start with a uppercase, that we have space between the words, and that we finish with a period or punctuation, and the correct letter formation. That is very important. And here we show you a sample of a student that write correctly and what we expect from them.
It always amazes me. I was not doing that in kindergarten. I'm not sure about anybody else who was on here. Of course, a lot of you are probably a lot younger than me, but in kindergarten was very different. These kids learn to read, they learn to write, they learn to do serious math by the time they leave kindergarten. So it's a big deal. One of the things you can work on at home, definitely start working on letters and numbers, letter recognition, number recognition, and writing their name. That is those are some huge things that you can work on while you are at home. All right, Miss Santiago is going to talk about attendance.
Hello.
Can you see the slide?
Can you go to the next?
I guess you want to go to the next slide. Huh?
Yeah. Attendance is very important in kindergarten when it comes to school. And something I didn't note on here that I'll also talk about real quick is a lot of our stuff is hands-on. So if they're not at school, they've missed the whole activity for the day. So it's where their foundations begin. If they're not in school, they're missing those basic skills that they need to succeed. If your child's out, just provide the office with the doctor's notes so they can be excused. And missing just 2 school days a month can be a problem for kids in several ways. If they're absent all the time, they'll be less likely to be on grade level by the time they're in 3rd grade.
And I am going to jump in there for just a second. With doctor's notes, we can have 10 in a year that the parent can just write a note and say, you know, my child was absent, please excuse them. After that, it does require a doctor's note. Attendance is the single most important thing you as a parent can do, is make sure they are at school on time every day. Extremely, extremely important. As Ms. Santiago said, people often say to me, well, just send home the work. And I'm like, we can't. What we do in school can't necessarily be replicated outside of school. So it's extremely important that they're here. Thank you, Ms. Santiago. Next part.
And then just some tips, if they have like appointments, you know, schedule them before school or after school. Don't let them stay home unless they're truly sick. If your child doesn't want to go to school, maybe talk to them what's going on. Is there something, is there a problem that you know that you can discuss? And then I know vacations are a big thing for most families, so schedule them during school break.
Am I up on this one? I think I am. Okay. So this is what a typical day looks like in kindergarten. They go from they start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's no nap time, there's no downtime. I mean, they have recess, they have lunch, but it's straight through. They're learning all day. And 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I want you to look at this part extremely carefully. 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock is when they do all of their reading. Okay. The majority of their reading is from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So if your child comes in an hour late 3 days a week, they've missed 3 hours of reading instruction. So that's extremely critical. They've missed their phonics instruction. They've missed their some of their writing instruction. They've missed a lot in that 1 hour. Those first 2 hours are critical that they are here on time. So please, please, please try to make sure they're here on time. And then they have lunch. They do have lunch quite early. So kindergarten is the only class that I really allow to have a snack time in the afternoon. If you want to pack a small snack for them, it's very, very quick, very small, because they do have lunch at 10 o'clock. Right now, everything because of COVID, parents are not allowed to come on campus to eat lunch, but as soon as we get the clearance to allow you to come on, we will get back to that. Then they have math, then they have recess. See, there's recess and snack time at about 12:15, 11:55, 12:15. Then they have power hour, which is another part of reading, which is they catch up. Gives them, works on things where they're, like if they're lacking in certain skills, or if they need to be pushed ahead, if they're kind of doing well and they need to be enriched. Then they have specials. Specials consist of 3 days. We do 6-day rotation, so you have 3 days of PE, so PE is every other day. And the other days you have art, music, and library, media center. And then they come back from that, they have science, and then they head home. Report cards do come out every 9 weeks with an interim every 4.5 weeks. So you get grades for reading, math, science, social studies, and writing is actually included within the reading grades. And then you have behavior grades to track how they are doing outside of just academic, because that's the whole child is what we're looking at.
Can I add into that?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Ms.
We can, in your enrollment packet, I also added a way to look into the parent portal, so you're able to look at your students' grades throughout the school year as well. You don't have to wait on your actual report card.
That is extreme. What a good point, Allie. I appreciate that. That parent portal is critical. It allows you to see what your child is doing when grades come in, so you're not just having to wait for a parent to send you, for the teacher to send you home information. Speaking of that and communication, we are going to move to Ms. Weedle, who is going to talk about Class Dojo, critical component, especially in kindergarten.
Yes, go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, so in pre-K, I think some of the teachers use Class Dojo, so some of you may already be familiar with it. Basically, it's a school communication platform where you can communicate with the teachers and even the principal and other staff members. We use it to, sorry, I can't see it. We use it to share updates, events, and photos from class. So it's an easy way to look into the school day. Can you go to the next slide?
Sure.
So I have on the next slide of what it might look like from your cell phone. You can download it on many devices. It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android or a laptop, however you want to access it is acceptable. You can see a message, an example message between a parent and the teacher where a photo is attached there. And the best thing about this is that it translates. So if your native language is Spanish and that's what you feel more comfortable speaking in, you can type in Spanish and then I get it and I can translate it to English and we can send messages back and forth without any other translation needed. Like I said, we can share photos, videos, and announcements on the class story so you can always know what's happening. And I know in kindergarten this year, we use Class Dojo to give homework. It has this amazing feature where they can have a portfolio, so all of their work is saved in one spot. Okay, can you go to the next one? We also use Class Dojo for kind of like a positive behavior. It can do negative points, but we are, as a kindergarten team, focusing on the positive points. So you can see each student in the class gets a little monster, and we can give the students points for creativity or being on task or doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then little rewards for when they reach so many points. So it kind of goes along with the color system that we talked about earlier, just as an extra reinforcement. Okay, I think there's one more slide. Yes, the school story. So not only can you stay up to date on a class level, but you can stay up to date on the school story as well. So we can share like if there's a dress down day or a certain holiday coming up, find those posted there under the school story. So it's kind of like a Facebook. If you have a Facebook, it's kind of like a Facebook, but it's private, it's secure. Your phone number is not shared. Your email is not shared with anybody. All of that, the security settings are very tight, so it's very safe. Great. There's an example of the portfolio, what it would look like. It's like keeps all of the student work in one spot. So we started this year doing portfolios for the students for homework. So instead of having to send in a bunch of papers and us having to copy them and grade them and send them back home, everything is right here, homework and projects. It can be uploaded to the portfolio.
Thank you, Ms. Weedle.
Yep.
Thank you all teachers. Actually, you did a great job. I appreciate you jumping in. Mr. Gamont, do you have anything you'd like to add that you can think of that I have not covered?
No, I think you guys did a great job of covering everything.
Okay. I am in Class Dojo is going to become even a bigger part of our school culture next year. That's one of the things I'm really looking to implement campus wide. We've done it a pretty good job this year out of absolute necessity last March when we were all sent home for a period of time. This is what got us through. But next year, we're really going to make an intentional effort to be and use that as our main source of communication for parents about things that are happening school-wise, such as dress down days or anything that's happening. So it's extremely important that when your teachers tell you to connect to that, that you do, because we're going to be using it everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over to you all for questions for me or for anybody else who might be on here. If you have questions about enrollment packets and what you need, Alejandra is here. If you have questions about anything else, you can ask me, Mr. Gaymont, or if you want to know specific things about the classroom, your teachers are here to answer the questions. If you came in late, this is going to be recorded, and you can shoot me an email and I can send it. This has been recorded, and I can send you the link so you can watch the whole thing. My email address is Celeste, CELESTE .Stewart, STEWART @ polk-fl.net. So you can email me at any time, or you can call if you have questions. Anybody have any questions right now?
Yes.
I guess see some in the chat. Oh, there you go, Alejandra. Just put it in the chat for me.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
When is this packet due? Because a lot of things you can't put in there, like the student ID number and stuff like that, you don't know. So when do we go to turn this whole packet in?
So you can come in as soon as you want, or as long as you have all of the documents that are listed on the enrollment checklist, you can bring it in. I'm more than happy to take it. As long as you do it before August, that would make me very, very happy. That way we'll have your students set in a classroom, and then we'll kind of have a head count of how many students we have. Don't worry about like any questions that you don't understand or don't have, like the student ID number gets created once I have the student enrolled.
Okay, so you want copies of all this, correct? Right? Copies of the birth certificate, copies of whatever.
Or you can bring it in and we can make copies. If you have the originals, we'll give it back. Promise.
Okay, so it has to be done next couple of days, but.
No.
Oh, okay.
What's really big right now, why they're promoting get a seat, come enroll for kindergarten, is because controlled open enrollment is happening right now. So if you're not zoned for a specific school and you would like to apply to get in, the controlled open enrollment has started April 5th and it ends April 30th. So if you want to enroll and come to our school and you're not zoned, then that's why they're like, enroll, get your seat. So, but the enrollment process is constant.
Now, do I need to make an appointment to finalize this with you? Do I need to make an appointment, say, come in a certain day and have my paperwork?
Just come in anytime from 7:30 to 4. I will be here.
Okay, and then I'll leave blank when I'm not sure of. That way I won't have to redo it.
And I'll go over it with you. I'll check it over.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Any day, Monday through Friday until like 4, you said?
Yep.
Or 7:30 to 4?
Yes, sir.
Or
You just don't come at 4. That's when we leave.
I would do that too. It's like going in the store, right? Where they close.
Yes.
All right. 7:30, I don't know, what, 2:30? Is that good for you?
3:30 is great, because then that leaves us some time to talk, and so 7:30 to 3:30, I guess.
I will tell you, when you're bringing in packets, one of the times to avoid, we're available all those times. The times to avoid that are our busiest times are from 7:30 to 8:30 that morning, kind of the morning rush, and then 2 o'clock to 2:30 to 3:30 is then really big. So anytime after 3:30 to 4, that's a good time. Everything's kind of settled down from dismissal. Most of our students are gone. Or anytime during the middle of the day. But those 2 times, right at the beginning of the day and right at the end of the day, are a little bit hectic.
Now, what about lunch? I don't want to catch you at lunch. Should I come like?
Well, we kind of eat as we're roaming around, if we eat at all.
Okay.
It's more about, somebody will be able to assist you at any time. Really, I tell you, the best time of the day usually at a school, and I'm going to jinx myself because something crazy is going to happen tomorrow at this time, is about 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock is usually the time that you can catch us, and it's the quietest.
Okay, you got it. I'll put that because my time's versatile. So.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions I can answer for you, or anyone else can answer for you? Miss Allie's a rock star. Oh, she's amazing. She will help you with anything you need. Okay, if I don't have any other questions, you can call us. We are available at any time. Again, if you came in late and you are just seeing, you didn't see the first part of it, please send me an email or call the office, and Alejandra will happily send you something. What am I doing? I'm going to stop share because I think I'm doing something.
And just one more time your email. That's all I need.
It is, if you can see the chat box, Alejandra wrote it there, but I will spell it out for you again. It's Celeste, which is spelled CELESTE, dot Stewart, STEWART, at Polk, POLK, -FL.net.
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
You can contact me there at any time.
All right. Appreciate it. Y'all been awesome. Appreciate it.
I see I have a hand raised. It looks like, I'm not sure who it is. Is there one question I can answer for you? Okay. I really, truly appreciate everyone being here. Teachers, thank you and Alejandra and Mr. Gamon for getting, well, he was here as a parent too. But thank you for giving up your evening and giving up part of your day and volunteering to be here tonight. I very, very, very much appreciate it. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. We're here all the time.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Y'all too.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.